So here's a quick walkthrough of the Aylard kitchen with some of the accessories added in here. So a few modifications. So let's look first at our little bake station over here. So we basically needed 18 inches here for the mixer lift, and so we had 2'6" here for this cabinet. And so what I decided to do was turn this door into drawers, because I think it would look funny with two different side doors. So we have an 18-inch door with a mixer that folds up here, and so this is what that guy looks like. So the Revashelf mixer, and the email will have the attachments of all the cut sheets and everything for these. So anyway, so this is our little bake station. So this door opens, the mixer comes up, and then you've got some drawers, I think, to keep some baking stuff in, which I think would be a good place for some tools, and a larger drawer at the bottom. And then you've got the drawers right behind you too, that you could use for that. So that's that modification. Then I wanted to show you for this corner here, what we have here is the Revashelf corner optimizer, which is pretty cool. Let me show you how that works. So here's the Revashelf corner optimizer, how it works. So when you have this deep corner, it's got this drawer that pulls out, slides over, and then these are exposed. So this is pretty cool. And then to go back in, push that guy back in, and then it slides back over. So that's the Revashelf corner optimizer right there. So that guy will be right here. So this door will open, and then the optimizer will come out, slide over, so you can get to that. So I increased the opening here. So this is a 42-inch total cabinet to make that optimizer work there. And then right next to it, we hadn't really talked about anywhere for garbage, so I wanted to do, I think right here would be a great spot for just a garbage pull out next to the sink when you're cleaning. So here's that Revashelf garbage pull out. So you got two large bins here. You could have garbage in front, recycling in back, or two for garbage if you want. So a little pull out here for your garbage cans. And I'd like to do those right here next to the sink. I think is a good spot for that. So you can see that here. So we've got the waste pull out here right next to the sink. We've got the Revashelf optimizer here in the corner, and we've got the mixer lift right there. The dishwasher is correctly sized. The sink's correctly sized now for that sink that we have specified. And I think the only thing I wanted to note here is we do have the stainless steel farmhouse sink right next to the stainless steel dishwasher. And I don't know if there's any, to me it seems like a lot of stainless steel right here next to each other kind of makes this stainless steel L. If possible, we could change this dishwasher to have a face that matches the cabinets. They have dishwashers that have that. Or, and this is one or the other, I think you could, swap out this farmhouse sink just for the undermount sink and not have that big stainless front. Because I think that would look a little nicer, not having quite so much stainless right next to each other like this. So I don't know if that's possible to swap the sink out for the undermount sink, or the dishwasher out for a face that would match the cabinets. So over here we have this sink sized correctly now with the faucet there and the drinking water tap located over there. And the other part that we've modified, so I've modified this hood for the specified Thermador hood that goes above the sink. So this range requires that hood to be 36 inches above the countertop for non-flammable, or for material that's combustible. So because we have the wood surround, we need to have that 36 inches above the sink for the wood here. So that's why it's that high. And then the size of this changed a little bit. So in our old model, we had it something like this, and that would be just for a some of these are just real sleek little inserts that happen there, but I think the bigger one looks fine. This actually looks small now that I've changed it out. So there's the new size of the Thermador hood over that stove. So there's what that looks like. So we don't have upper cabinets here anymore, but that's fine. So we're pretty high up anyway. We don't need those access for anything. We've got our refrigerator sized in here. The upper cabinet's all sized for, this is a 24-inch deep alcove for those two refrigerator columns that we have there. And then I started to look at a pedestal table here. So pedestal table helps you slide in and out a little bit easier. So we can start to look more at the design of this table and this booth. But you can see the paint too, the charcoal paint we have now for the island. So we've got the white on the cabinets that are along the wall. We've got the charcoal here on the island. And then we've started to do kind of a rough design of a pedestal table. And this would be for a little footrest because we're at kind of bar height or countertop height. So a 36-inch high table, a standard table is 30 inches. So we have, someplace to rest your feet when you're sitting at the booth here. And we'll mock up all these proportions and everything. And then, so I put a top cap on the island, and then the countertop quartz is wrapping up the back here. You can kind of see what that starts to look like. We could put some outlets in the back here too, if we want. We should talk about that. Kind of see what that countertop's looking like with the cap on top and the quartz wrapping up the back. I need to turn on real quick our wall trim, which I have in there. It's not on. Okay, so I did the herringbone style. I know you guys are talking about doing the long elongated subway tile. So I can put that in here. This was just, it's kind of the default texture I had in here from when I put that backsplash there. But anyway, you can see what the herringbone might look like. I kind of like it. It just gives a little, it's the same tile, the white tile as the subway tile, but just gives a little bit more interest there. Kind of see what that looks like, but at least look at the extent of it under the cabinet all the way up to there, to the underside here, and then we stop it there. So that's that. The wainscot that kind of comes up the back there. And I still need to make that table match that table, so we can kind of see what that looks like. But you kind of see what, I'll thicken up this back a little bit. It should be 3 inches instead of 2 inches. Oh, and then I also wanted to look real quick at this open end because we talked about this at the meeting, kind of what this looks like. So here's how we're turning the corner, and we're going to put the outlet right there. So I think that looks nice with that charcoal color. All right, so that's the little progress update on our kitchen layout with a couple adjustments for those accessory sizes with the hood and the baking station, the optimizer, and the pull-out waste cans. So let me know if you have any comments on that. Thanks.